After 5 years, never being discharged, never even having a stern talking to. Just get out, you have 5 minutes. What? This has been my home for 5 years. How can you do that? How is that okay? How does that make any sense? How come other people are getting housing and I didn't even get offered it? They said you've been here for too long and the Delta's closing within the next year. So you're the first to go. Because I'm one of the originals. They put me in a dorm shelter with 3 other women in my room. My dog went to the washroom on my bed and went and got in bed with a girl that was allergic to dogs. And because of that, I got kicked out. And now I've been on the street since. They told me when I first moved in that not to worry by the time I left the Delta I'd have housing. Well, guess what? I'm not at the Delta anymore and I don't have housing. I have a park bench. I'm freezing every single second of every single day because I have nowhere to go. This is not my home. They do everything they can to torment me. They keep pushing me further and further and further and further. And one night I went into the parking garage here and tried to warm up for a little while. And the bumblebees came in and freaked out. The community service workers told me to get off property. If I go on property, everyone does everything they can to make me feel like I'm 2 inches tall. And I get threatened to get arrested. They do everything they can to make me look like I'm the worst person on the planet and feel like I'm the worst person on the planet when I didn't do anything to deserve it. I'm trespassed. For what reason? None of it's making any sense. Within 3 months of moving here, my husband died. And then I thought I found the new love of my life, and he died. All they told me is that they found him sitting in his chair with a pipe in one hand and the phone in the other, with his head down on his chest. They said his heart was still beating, but he wasn't breathing. And they gave him epinephrine, but not Narcan. They found him at 12-something, and the coroner released him at 3-something. If his heart was still beating, why isn't he still alive? He was only 31 years old. My husband was only 40 years old. And both of them are gone. And they were amazing people. They didn't deserve their fate. They didn't do anything to deserve it. They were both very loving, caring, compassionate people that loved life. My husband left behind 13 children. My boyfriend left behind 1 son because his baby's mother got hot-shotted at Christmas the year before. His daughter died of stage 4 brain cancer at 8 years old, 6 months before he died. And now his son is left alone with no one. He was only 13 years old when his dad died. I moved here for a better life, and what kind of a better life is this? And now I'm all alone. And I don't know what to do with myself. I feel so broken, lost, and alone, and I don't know what to do. And it's the first time in my life, and I don't know what to do. I always know how to pick up all the pieces and make things right, and this time I don't know how. This time I just want to jump in front of a moving car. never wanted that before in my life. But I don't want to do this all alone. I don't know how to do this all alone. Right after my boyfriend died, 4 days after my boyfriend died, I was raped in my sleep by Tajay, who lives in 409. I woke up screaming, "Ow, it hurts. Get off me." And when I opened my eyes, he jumped off me and ran into the shower, took a shower, and then I didn't see him again for another week. During that week, I realized he robbed me for everything of value, including the hair dye I just bought for myself because he had it in his hair. I've been raped 4 times in my life. Once when I was 14, I was gang raped by 7 different men ranging from the ages of 19 to 29, and I got charged, and they walked. Even though they videotaped it, used bottles on me, I had 250 bruises inside and outside of my body. I had gonorrhea and syphilis, and I was a virgin. And I got charged with public mischief and prostitution at 14 years old. Three times after I was 14, I was raped, and I never went to the police because when I was 14 and I went to the police, they turned it on me. They never offered me grief counseling. They never offered me any sort of counseling. They know that I have mental disabilities. They know that I have physical disabilities. They never offered me anything of any help. But there's supposed to be this great big charity that helps everybody. So why am I suffering? Why did they never offer me any help for anything? I needed housing help. I needed grief counseling. I needed to understand why both men I ever loved died in the same building, on the same floor, within 2 years apart, almost in the exact same way. I needed help understanding that, and maybe help me with a little bit of closure on some things. And nobody helped me with anything. Nobody helped me with ID. I got my birth certificate. They promised they'd help me with my health card and my purple card, and they didn't. But I don't get any closure on anything. I don't get housing, and I don't get ID. I got an MDOT worker maybe a month before I left the Delta. But before that, I didn't even know who my ICM worker was. And I lived there for almost 5 years. I got a call a week and a half ago to be told that I had a check from the government here. I got the call the next day. To come here, come out of my way and come here and find out that even though it was put aside, the supervisor found it and put return to sender on it and sent it back. And now mail's on strike. And they all know that I'm living on the street. So why not make me suffer some more, right? Why not make me lose my mind? None of it's fair. It's wrong. It's cruel. There's no need for it. I don't understand. Is it because I'm a woman? Is it because I'm heavier? Is it because my boyfriend and my husband died? What is the reasoning? Why am I being treated so badly? I don't know if it's because I'm a drug addict or whatever it is, but it's not fair. I'm almost positive it's favoritism. I just can't prove it. And if it keeps up, I'm going to end up losing my mind. And I'm going to end up hurting somebody, and I'm going to go to jail for a long time. Since I've been outside, I have an infection on my left hip. I don't know where it came from. and it hurts very badly. And I can't even access the doctor because I'm not allowed on property. So every day it hurts more and more and more, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and I don't know what it is. But I'm not allowed to see a doctor. When my boyfriend died, my health card got thrown away because I wasn't allowed to access his room like they promised I would. So if I die on the streets, I want everybody to know that it's home's first fault. Home's first fault. Nobody else. Home's first. My name is Stephanie Louise Marie Rose Simon. I am 37 years old.